Hi Scorpio, welcome to your monthly reading for December 2023. These messages are for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you very much to everyone who watches the videos, likes, shares, comments, subscribes to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the info in the description box on how to do that. So these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. And just as like an opening comment, side note, however you want to take it, I've said this to all of the other signs, but I've had a hunch for about the last probably about 3 weeks now, that as we go into December, it's going to be a time, or it may be a time, where people are more outspoken. People might be saying things that are quite controversial, that cause shake-ups. And I am aware that we are now in Sagittarius season. And when I sort of reflected on that and sort of looked back in my astrology books, it reminded me that Sagittarius is a very frank and open energy. It's very much a what you see is what you get kind of energy, can be brutally honest. I mean, I don't think there's often malicious intent with that, but it's just straight to the point, isn't it? So bearing that in mind, we'll see if and how that plays out. But let's get on to your reading. So we're going to start off with a message from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. So that will be kind of like your main theme. The most important, or one of the most important things you need to know for the month of December. So let's see what comes up for you. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. What's your message, first of all, from the Oracle deck? You've got community. Who else had this? Gemini had this as well. Okay. So yeah, you've got the community card. And let's see what else we need to know about this main theme from the tarot deck as well. So first card will be part of the main theme as well. So what else do Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs need to know? I'm going to try that again. You've got the Lovers that fell out, but let's try that again. Right, this time you have the Nine of Cups. So that is, it's kind of sharing energy, isn't it, really, with that Nine of Cups? I mean, yes, strangely, I know that the Nine of Cups is very much about your own sense of satisfaction, but I kind of feel like a lot of the Nine of Cups, well, not all of them, but this one in particular, it really feels like sharing. Like I kind of look at this person as kind of like a landlord of a pub or something like that. And yeah, that's the vibe I get from it, sort of sharing his abundance. I know the Ten of Cups would be more like that, but the Nine of Cups, it's like the capacity to do that. So it's where you've kind of got what you need and you have enough to share, isn't it, really? So that's the main theme. So I don't know whether you're sharing that or receiving that or a part of it. Let's look at your energy specifically. I mean, it's Christmas, the Christmas season, isn't it? So there probably would be more of a sense of community around that time. Yeah, this table's my new challenge now. With things going down the side, I thought I'd figured out how to avoid things falling. And yeah, it's this batch of readings, for some strange reason, I don't have that problem that much now, but this one, yeah, that's what it's doing. So Knight of Swords, that's your energy specifically. And I'm pretty sure that swords energies have come out in all of the readings. I said at the beginning that about that whole being more outspoken, and I'm pretty sure this person, Knight of Swords, has shown up quite a lot, that energy. So let's look at any external energies. We've got the Three of Swords, okay. Let's look at any past energies for you. I mean, I did say that Sagittarius energy can be one of being can be seen as brutally honest sometimes. So I would just say, if you are having to have some honest conversations with people, or you're expressing how you feel, just be a little bit cautious of how the effect of your words. I mean, I'm a Libra, and not just as a Libra, but as an individual, I've been told that my words are like a knife sometimes. Like I don't really go out there with malicious intent or anything, but I can be so brutally honest that it cuts people. And yeah, that wasn't the intention, but yeah, what can I say? I'll apologize if I really feel like I've hurt them and I've done wrong. But so yeah, be careful of that. So you've got the Five of Cups and the Three of Wands as past energies. Let's look at the present or current energy. You've got the Strength card, potential future, okay, yep, I'm getting, yeah, Temperance, no chance. I'm getting the thought that you may, for someone out there, you may be healing or trying to heal a relationship with someone where potentially where you've hurt them, but it could be the other way around, or it could be that you've hurt each other. But that is something that's coming to mind. I mean, whether you're hurt or not, the other person, I feel, is probably, yeah. But you could be healing a relationship. But anyway, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be with the family, community, whatever. Healing relationships in general, possibly. You know, like if family members have been estranged or something like that, then for some reason, well, Christmas is one thing, could kind of bring people together. Or if there have been difficulties within the family or community or whoever you're close to, it's a time that you could be coming together and sort of enjoying each other's company. So let's get your guidance from the cards as well. Seven of Swords. So I just did Aries and they got the Seven of Swords in exactly the same position. But let's see what you get. I mean, that is a need to be honest, isn't it, really? And then your energy is the Knight of Swords. But again, I would say this, yep, be honest, but, just be careful of the impact. Be aware of the impact that the words you say or how you say them, because that's what I'm told, that when I'm brutally honest, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. And it's like, sometimes I do think to myself, though, well, I don't really know how else I could have said it without saying it. Not to say that I don't acknowledge that I've hurt people, but it's like, yeah, it's just some things. It's like, how do you say it without hurting someone? It's one of those weird, some of the situations are quite weird. And I'm like, literally, the only way I could have not hurt someone was by not saying anything at all. And then that would have been worse because I would have kept it in and then it would have ended up in a blow up. And, it's a bit strange sometimes, isn't it? Sometimes I think we have to face that our words are going to have that impact, and we can try to reduce the pain as much as possible, but the words itself, the pain is, it's like if you wanted to break up with somebody, how do you avoid hurting somebody's feelings if you want to break up with them? Don't break up with them. But then that's not the answer to the problem, is it? You're going to have to break up with them. There's not really, no matter how gently you say it, it's going to hurt them. Right, so let's look at the Nine of Cups first of all. So that's the overall. Let's try that again. So as I said, for me, that Nine of Cups card does go with the community. It's kind of sharing what you already have, whether it is you or someone else. Kind of like an olive branch in a way, isn't it? So Nine of Cups, please. You've got the King of Swords, and the first thing that comes to mind is taking the lead. So I would say if there have been any disagreements between yourself and other people, this is kind of like the energy of a mediator in a weird way. Like someone who's, like if you've got a head of the family and there's been disagreements between the siblings or whoever in the family, and you have either a parent or someone else in the family who's quite a responsible person, is like, right, we need to put an end to this shit. Everybody come together. We're going to discuss this and we're going to hash it out. It's kind of giving that energy, really. So authority again. Let's try that again. Do I want to keep that Four of Pentacles? Yeah. Okay, got a yes on that, so it's being kept. Anything else? I don't understand why some of the cards are reversed. Okay, strange. And I think this King of Swords energy, where you've got the Four of Pentacles, that is that closed off protective energy. I think if anybody could open up that Four of Pentacles person, it's going to be the King of Swords that could crack them and get them to open up. So anything else? We've got the Fool. See, I'm getting that energy again, a similar part of Aries energy. Well, it was more to the end. because you've got the Fool there, you've got a few swords here. That truth will set you free thing. You've got the swords there as well. The truth will set you free kind of energy is there, right? And you've got the Queen of Wands. So I want to let's look at that King of Swords. So you've got the King of Swords. See, yeah, so it's kind of, again, it's what's the word? Not restoring the peace. I guess restoring the peace is another way of putting it. That mediation type energy where someone restores harmony and peace if there've been issues. That's a possibility. Why do I keep seeing a card reversed in this deck? I know I've sorted them out and turned them all upright. Okay, let's do the King of Swords again. So you've got the Two of Swords there. You've got the Ace of Wands. You have the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, again, if this is sort of resolving conflict so that you can kind of enjoy people's company again, feel connected again, feel like a community again, whether it is family, friends, whatever, it kind of feels like this King of Swords is the one that kind of takes the lead in resolving things. So brings the peace, resolves any confusion. If there's two truths, as in your truth, another person's truth, whatever it is, it's kind of getting to the bottom of that so that you can have a fresh start and kind of make things work again, possibly. Let's look at that Four of Pentacles. You've got the Eight of Wands, okay. I kind of feel like that Four of Pentacles might be you. I mean, you could be the King of Swords, but I feel more like that's someone else, and the Four of Pentacles is you, that you might be protective of your energy. I mean, Eight of Wands there is chaos, Nine of Swords is stress. It could be that in a particular situation you felt stressed and overwhelmed by things. And yeah, that would be why you're protective. You've got the Ace of Pentacles there. So what's going to follow on from the Ace of Pentacles? Okay, so to me, the Ace of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, it means that at this point in time, whatever's happening, whether you're being brought together with people, it's an opportunity to change things. It's a great opportunity for change, big change as well. So I'm also going to look at, so the Strength card to me, I mean, can be a card of courage. There's something about it's not so much it is self-restraint, but you know, like if you were in the situation where you were going to be brought to people that you had disagreements with and you had to hash things out with them, I suppose to make it successful there would have to be an element of discipline. That's the word I'm looking for, discipline, where if you start to get wound up, if you genuinely want to resolve things, you kind of have that discipline and restraint to sort of not just let your mouth run, if you know what I mean, and kick off. Yeah, it's that kind of energy there. So it's having a bit of self-control. And again, as I said with the Fool, it's that kind of the truth will set you free. It's like a new start, isn't it? So if you were resolving issues with people, you resolve them here. You have that mediator, someone comes in, helps to resolve things, helps you to resolve things. It's not that they do all of the work, it's everybody participates. And then it kind of frees everyone up. It's like getting stuff off your chest and freeing things up so that you can have a clean slate. You've got the Queen of Wands there at the end. I mean, in a way that feels, see, this is doing my head in now. Why is this cards keep on getting turned around? It's that Queen of Wands energy, that's kind of where it's a person who feels seen, heard and valued, isn't it? So by going through this process, it means that everybody sort of comes out feeling like this Queen of Wands, like they're valued. If the mediator's there, then everybody gets to have their say. Let's see what else comes after the Ace of Cups. And that Ace of Cups for me is kind of value in its own way as well. I'm going to try that again because for me, the Ace of Cups, it can be about self-love. It's love in general, isn't it? And if you resolve something with someone, then it kind of, it's a sense of, oh yeah, you have the doves at the top, don't you? Actually, the doves are there. It's kind of peace. You're like, peace is restored. I think that's what I meant to say. Is that what I said in the beginning with the with the King of Swords about restoring peace. I'm not sure if I said it in exactly that way. If I didn't, then I'm saying it now. It's like peace is restored in a way. So Queen of Wands still. So 9 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Bloody hell, this is a lot. The Magician and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so it's giving that same feeling. It's just being able to restore the peace. If whoever's felt attacked, possibly they felt it's a struggle, they felt battered and bruised from the situation, they felt rejected, left out in the cold. It's using whatever skills everybody in the situation has to resolve the issues. And you know, the Queen of Swords we talk about, she has her truth, but she is willing to hear others' truth as well. It doesn't necessarily change her truth, but it's fairness, isn't it? It's fairness, it's balance, it's everybody gets to speak up and be valued, and their views are acknowledged and maybe validated, but acknowledged at the very least. So overall energy, it could be an energy of kind of restoring a sense of community in whatever capacity that is for you, and kind of restoring peace with others and getting to enjoy each other's company rather than whatever conflicts have happened. I mean, in the past energies here, you've got the 5 of Cups, so clearly there was hurt there, and the 3 of Wands. And with the 3 of Wands there being with the 5 of Cups, it's giving me reconciliation energies. Not necessarily, it could be romantic. It doesn't feel so much romantic here, I'll be honest. It could be, but it feels more like family, friends, whatever, that sort of energy, where someone's been hurt, but then they or whoever also wants to kind of repair things as well. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. So right, I'm putting that on top of here, on top of the 9 of Cups. So let's do the Knight of Swords. So your energy specifically here. So we've got the Page of Swords. I mean, that's a new truth. And then the Knight of Swords is expressing the truth. So, I mean, especially if you have disagreements with people, if you've not spoken for a while, or even if you've had an argument, you go away. If you're the kind of person who's quite self-aware and reflective, you reflect on what's happened, don't you? And you kind of you can end up forming different opinions, new opinions, or changing your view, or you just kind of assess the situation, don't you? Where you stand, where they stand, what happened. So anything else? Justice. So you may gain a new truth about what's fair or what feels fair. And you've got the Moon there as well. What else? Hierophant. I mean, that's where you've learned, isn't it? And the Page of Swords can also be a card of learning. I also feel Justice can be a card of learning as well, like learning karmic karmic lessons. Let's get one more. You got the 7 of Swords there. So the Moon for me here, I mean, this is probably where you uncovered a new truth potentially. You've got the 7 of Swords at the end. Let's look at, what do we look at first? Let's do the 7 of Swords, because that's like the one that's the most literally in the dark, isn't it? Knight of Swords, it's a truth. Just, it's where you kind of, you have a truth, and it's now is the time that you need to express it. So overall, this Knight of Swords, it's needing to express whatever that new truth is. Let's try it again. I mean, what is the truth? You see Ace of Swords as well. Is there? That is clarity, that is truth too. Victory can be as well. You've got the 10 of Cups. Let's get one more. So you have the 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. I don't know why I said that, 3 of Swords. So overall, with these cards here, the 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, I would say in relation to other people, this is kind of where you need to express your needs, or where your needs haven't been met, what your needs are, with the 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and then where they haven't been met, where you've been hurt with that 3 of Swords. So that could be the truth. That may be the truth that you need to express. Let's just have a quick look at the Moon. I think the rest is pretty straightforward. It's just about learning and gaining new truth, isn't it? Queen of Swords is out there again. You got so many swords in this reading, it's crazy. I love when the moon and this keeps on happening in my readings actually. The moon and the sun keep coming out. It's where whatever was hidden comes to light, isn't it? So what came to light? Maybe this came to light, that you decided what felt fair, what didn't feel fair. You've learned what your needs are, what you don't want. I mean, Two of Pentacles, that's weighing things up for me, isn't it? The Lovers. The Hanged Man, I mean, that's perspectives. Let me just get one more, but I kind of know where I sit. Yeah, 100%. I wish I'd said it before the cards came out because it makes sense now. Yeah, you know that I've said it before in multiple readings. Why didn't I say it before the cards came out? It would have looked really cool. So yeah, I was going to say with that Lovers, one thing you may have understood is what makes you feel valued, what feels valuable in a connection, what kind of connection feels valuable to you with other people, whether it's romantic or not. So what feels valuable and what makes you feel valued. And as I said, we've got the perspectives there with the Hanged Man, looking at the different perspectives. And then the Six of Wands, I mean, it's a person who's appreciated. They're being given acknowledgement. They're being celebrated. And then the Queen of Pentacles is all about values, isn't she? It's what she values, and including her own self-worth. So I would say the new truths that you've learned are in terms of what your needs are and what makes you feel valued in relationships with other people, in your sense of community, whether it's family or external community. So let's get these back in the deck. So let's look at the external energy now. This one is a bit mysterious, but let's see what happens. I mean, if it's not another person, it's just the energy of you. It's where you've been hurt and you kind of been forced, well, not forced, but encouraged to look at why you feel hurt and what hurts, what in particular hurts. But let's look. I mean, it could be both. It could be you and another person as well. I mean, it's definitely with that Wheel of Fortune coming up, what needs to change in terms of if you've been hurt, what needs to change? Is it that you need an apology? Is it that things need to be different? People need to behave differently? Knight of Swords, is it that you need more honesty, or someone needs more honesty, or to be more honest? Respect is the first word that came to mind with the Ace of Cups, whether it's you or another person or both of you. So you've got the Star, which is it's a card, can be a hard card of hope and healing, can't it? So even if you have been hurt, it's the kind of a desire to make your peace or make things better, whether it is that you need an apology or not. And then you've got the World, which is just a fresh start. Let's look at the Eight of Swords, because that's making me think, you know, where people feel like they're not allowed to speak up, they're not allowed to speak their mind, or if they do speak their mind, they're criticized. That's what's coming to mind with the Eight of Swords. So I don't know if you felt that way or someone around you has felt that way. Yeah. So with that Two of Swords, I mean, that is it can be two truths, it can be confusion, decisions. Here again with the Eight of Swords, it's kind of like, you know, like if you're in a say this is a community, say if the Three of Pentacles is a community, it's a group of people that you want to collaborate with, however, and the Ten of Pentacles is kind of what you want to build, the long-term thing that you want to build together, whatever that is. The Two of Swords would be, say if you're in a meeting with all these people and you're all supposed to have your equal say. This is where someone feels like, I don't know whether I should speak or not, because every time I open my mouth, I get shut down, or I just feel like I'm not respected or valued, or what I say is just worthless. So that's the energy I'm getting from this. So is there anything else here that I want to look at? Let's have a quick look at that Knight of Swords out of curiosity. But I feel like it's just the same, similar to the Eight of Swords. It's just saying it's a need to speak out on it, and that you feel like you're not valued and respected. So Knight of Swords, please. Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords. Then you have the Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands. So again, it's that feeling of your happiness, your desires aren't taken into consideration, and it's a need to express that. I mean, the Ten of Swords, it can literally be about being stabbed in the back. I mean, it's often about things ending, but it can be stabbed in the back as well, can't it? Why is the Eight of Wands there? I mean, for me, the Eight of Wands can be about feeling overwhelmed. Let's get one for the Eight of Wands, actually. Ace of Wands. I mean, it can be like as that example I gave of being in a meeting where you feel like you can't speak. The Ace of Wands is your desires, isn't it? Or whoever's desires. This Three of Swords is whether it is you or another person. It's having a desire, but then the Eight of Wands can be where you're so overwhelmed by other people's needs and expectations that it kind of blocks your own needs in a way, or not blocks it, but kind of interferes with it. There's interference there, so you can't focus on what it is you need. So as I say, Three of Swords. Overall, I'm still not certain if it's you, another person, or both of you. But overall, there's pain there, and it's in relation to not being able to express what your needs are and not feeling valued and respected enough. Especially when it's around other people, or when you or they are around other people. And you know, in relationships sometimes, whatever kind of relationship it is, sometimes both people feel the same way, don't they? Where they both feel, I haven't. I was going to say I've put all of the clarifiers back, then I haven't. Where both people feel that they're not valued, or that their needs aren't being met, or that they can't express themselves. Sometimes you just clash in a way where it's kind of, you're both equally downtrodden to a certain degree. But you will know which relates to you. If it's you that feels like you can't open up or speak up, if it's them, if it's both of you, you'll know. So Five of Cups, Three of Wands, I said that's kind of like a reconciliation, where you know you've been hurt in a particular situation with someone and you kind of want to bring it back together. So the Empress, the Magician. This can be where you if you want to reconcile with somebody, whoever it is, it doesn't have to be romantic, where you're very doubtful about it because you don't know what their reaction is going to be. So you're not sure if you have the ability to bring it back together, with the Magician being in reverse. You're not sure if you're going to come up against, if you face the person again, if you're going to get the Empress, which is very generous, nurturing energy, where for me, and I've said it, I don't know if it was in your reading, I've said it before, it might be, or someone else, is that if you'd somehow, because I'm not sure how you'd end up having a disagreement with the Empress, because you just think that she's all love and light, don't you really? If you ended up having a disagreement with the Empress, she would be the one person out of the most of the cards, the people cards in the tarot, that you'd go to her and you'd just be able to fix it, because she would be so calm and generous and nurturing and caring that you'd resolve it. You'd just easily resolve the situation. It's not like if you try to resolve an issue with the Knight of Swords or something like that, and you're thinking, shit, what, they're going to have an argument with me, they're not going to want to resolve this, they have their truth and they're not going to listen. So let's see what else comes out here. You've got the Seven of Cups and the Lovers. Strong connections energy. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it's just this powerful bonds here. I mean, the Seven of Cups, it can be looking at perspectives, and it's desires, isn't it, for the relationship, I would say, with the Lovers being there. Again, that would be like the desire to reconnect or fix things. Let's get one more. Yep, this is a new, I mean, the Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity. The Eight of Cups, I haven't touched it, but I feel like it's meant to be in reverse. And when it's in reverse for me, it's kind of going back to something that you left behind, or that's one of the meanings anyway, apart from like being a work in progress. It's going back to something you left behind, and it's facing the Lovers and the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. That's like a new opportunity. So the past energy, it's one where you kind of recognize that things have kind of fallen apart and there's hurt. But it's kind of wanting to have an opportunity to fix things, but not feeling quite capable, not knowing what you're going to face, what you're going to be up against. And another, what's the other meaning of, I mean, community is working together, isn't it? So even if it is a family relationship or romantic relationship, that energy or sense of community can be used to sort of work together to bring things back together, can't it? So you've got the strength card here. Let's see. I mean, if you are somehow being brought together with people you've had disagreements with, it's going to take courage and it's going to take strength to deal with things and address whatever's gone on, to resolve things, isn't it? And again, that whole thing about restraint, self-restraint, not kicking off, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you put up with any shit that the person says to you or people say to you, but it's sort of not letting your emotions take over and just let everything go to shit even more. So you've got the Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Right, so that's definitely a second chance there, isn't it? And then you have the Devil. Of course, we've got to have like one wild card in there. Okay, so we've got the Six of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and this Devil and the cards that follow for me feel a little bit like fear. So the way the Magician was reversed in the past energies, where it's like you don't know if you're capable of making things work again, that's what that Devil energy is making me think of. It's kind of contemplating, a bit of worry about if you're going to get hurt again, reflecting on the past hurt, thinking about it again, if it's going to work, if it's going to be how it was before, how are we going to fix it, what's going to happen if we try to fix it. It's the worries, it's the fears. Judgment card, as I said, it's a second chance. The Queen of Swords. This is an energy now again of being, I mean, Four of Swords, first of all, that's where you've had time to rest. Like if you've had a bit of a disconnect from the person or people and had time to sort of have a break, reflect on things, you know, let your emotions calm down. It's where you've had that respite, and then now you come in as the Queen of Swords. I feel this is your energy. It's ready to speak your truth and hear others' truths as well, and to just fix or resolve. I mean, because you may not be able to fix it, who knows? I mean, I feel like you'll probably be able to fix it with the reading, within this reading, but you never know. Free will. I always say free will is more powerful than anything else, isn't it? So, well, not anything else, but very powerful. You may be dealing with a person who's particularly stubborn, who doesn't want to resolve it, and that rather, some people would prefer to hold on to a grudge, wouldn't they, than resolve anything. And then sometimes we do have genuine reasons why. It's just too hard to repair a situation. Some things, how would I put it, is there's just some things you can't come back from. Like even if you mentally sort of say, yeah, I forgive them, it's like you literally can't forget what someone's done, and yeah, it sticks with you. So let's look at the Temperance card. I mean, that is where this is future energy. This is where healing, harmony, balance come in. So there's very much the potential for that. This is what could happen if everybody's willing to work together. And what did I say? Work? Eight of Pentacles. If everybody puts the work in, then there is strongly potential for that you could have that Nine of Cups and people being satisfied and sharing. So we've got the Six of Swords. The word returning is coming to mind with that one as well. You have the Two of... No. Okay. All right, no. I think that Six of Swords is like the work in progress I talk about as well sometimes when I say that certain cards, when they're in reverse, the aim is to have them upright. So Six of Swords upright would be moving on, wouldn't it? Moving on from the past, from whatever shit happened in the past, and getting peace. But in reverse, in particular, it kind of looks like a work in progress, and that's where you'd want to end up. The sun, wouldn't you? You'd want everything to be illuminated, to get all your cards out on the table, to speak your mind, for everything to be clear and to move on so that you can be happy and sort of celebrate together and have that sense of community again. So you've got the Seven of Wands, and I will clarify that on its own because it could mean a few different things. And then you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, I'll probably do the Nine of Swords because that looks like fear again. It's more when it's in the future, when cards like that are in the future. I mean, it can mean that you're anxious. Like if you've had a really major fallout with someone and you do kind of reconcile with them, You probably will still have that little bit of anxiety, and you won't be that, oh, is this temporary, or what if we have another argument? So it could be realistically in the future you will have some anxiety even if you resolve things, but it can also be a projection as well, that you are concerned if something's going to happen. So let's look at the Seven of Wands, because that can be about still needing to stand, still needing to stand up for yourself. Like, as much as you want to resolve things and restore peace, part of it is having boundaries, healthy boundaries, I would say, with that Seven of Wands, probably so that you don't end up in this Nine of Swords energy again. Three of Wands. And we have, were they in reverse or were they not? I feel like they were probably meant to be more in reverse. And the reason I say that is because if this is about standing up for yourself, well, there's two ways you could take it either way, actually, whether it is upright or reversed. Firstly, standing up for yourself, making sure that you're taken care of and that you're satisfied and things are fair for you. Like, that's your intention here. Three of Wands is about intentions for me. Also, the intentions would be to not go back to an argument, conflicts, feeling attacked again. On the other side of it, it's still standing up for yourself and having intentions of taking care of yourself as well, but being prepared that if there's any bullshit, you are ready to stand up and fight and protect yourself again. So it's both, really, isn't it? So yeah, I'll leave that there, actually. I think that's enough. Yeah. So let's look at your guidance. You got the Seven of Swords, just like Aries. And as I always say, with the Seven of Swords, depending on the type of reading, for this one, I would say first and foremost, it's being honest with yourself. And then secondly, I would say it's about everyone being honest with each other as well. Whatever's hidden in the shadows, whatever, if there are any resentments or issues that haven't been addressed, it's kind of hashing it out to resolve things. So, Seven of Swords. I feel like I'm getting a sore throat for your reading, Scorpio. So maybe this is relevant to what's happened in this situation. Maybe you've had lots of conversations before where you've tried to resolve things, or you've had a lot of discussions and it's just been tough and there's been arguments. Or maybe this feeling, this throat hurting, is where you're going to end up if you have this discussion, you know, and you really have a lot to get out. That's where you kind of, you talk so much that you end up with a sore throat. Not in a bad way, it's just that you had a lot to get off your chest. So Seven of Swords as your advice. Ten of Pentacles. Nope, not that. Seven of Pentacles. Five of Swords, Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups has come out quite a lot, hasn't it? Right, the first thing I will say is, well, what you would want to happen as a result of being open and hashing things out in the first place is you want it to be successful, first of all, with the Six of Wands. You'd also want to come out feeling, well, everybody would hopefully want to come out feeling respected, seen and valued as well. So that's one thing. You'd all want to come out happy, being able to continue to share happiness, because this is long term, isn't it? This isn't office. For the most part, it's not just a moment. I mean, I know in some readings I'll say it relates to one specific area of your life, like if you wanted to be happy in your career, or you wanted to be happy in your family or life or something. This is general, like long term, like in this community, group, family, whatever it is. You want the happiness to be long term. You don't want it to be short lived, where you hash things out, you're okay for a week and then you go back to arguing again. You don't want that. You want the stability. You want it to be long term. You want to be able to continue to build your relationship and whatever else is involved in the situation together long term. So the Seven of Pentacles, it's an is it worth it card. Is it worth the time and effort? This is part of the process of hashing things out, isn't it? Part of the talking process is figuring out, is it worth continuing the friendship or relationships or whatever it is? It's addressing the conflicts with that Five of Swords. Let me get something for that, because I do think that is about addressing the conflicts and the root of the problems as well. But everybody has to be a willing participant in that, don't they? You can't have one person who's willing to do it and then everybody else is like, oh no, I can't be bothered. Everybody's got to play a role in it. I mean, most of the cards here, well, not most, 1, 2, 3, 4, they all involve other people, don't they? So it's a team, it's a community effort, whether, as I say, community is your family, a romantic person, friendship, whatever it is. It's a group effort to make this work. You can't do it on your own. Yes, you can speak your truth and be willing and ready to make it work, but it takes everybody who's involved to do that. So yeah, as I said, this for me is addressing the conflicts and the root of the problems and taking action with it as well. Taking action, God, you got a lot of people here, which isn't a surprise. Taking the necessary action, everybody has to do their part. This King of Wands, it's, for me, it's not one person takes, I mean, yeah, I said one person takes the lead with the King of Swords, of bringing everyone together, but it's like once everyone's together, everyone has to be a leader in their own right, like a leader among leaders, and do their part to make it work, to make things satisfactory. Like everybody's kind of responsible for their own sense of satisfaction, so that you can bring that together and share that to make it a group satisfaction. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. But it's like everybody bringing something to the table and then putting it together. So if you bring your own sense of happiness and satisfaction to the table and you respect that of others as well and they respect yours, you put it together and it's a group, then you get that 10 of Cups where it's shared happiness, don't you? I would say the King of Cups, here, it's the, and it goes hand in hand with that Strength card where you have the discipline. It's like emotional resilience, I keep on saying now, emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, using that to resolve all of the issues. And that Queen of Pentacles is value. It's knowing your own values and having your own self-worth, but it's respecting others and expecting the same from them as well. Do they respect you too? And yeah, so it's a vice versa kind of energy. So yeah, I think that's it for the final card of advice. It's being open and honest so that you can get to the root of the problems and work together to resolve everything. So good job. I decided I'm going to have a break after this. I've got one more reading to do, and I was going to just do all of them, finish them off today, and I thought, no, I'm going to do this. I've got to go shopping. So it's a good job I'm going shopping, otherwise I'd have no voice left. So again, you may find that you've either talked yourself out, you've talked your voice out, or you may end up talking your voice out till you've got no voice left by the end of this. So I'm getting you final cards of advice. First of all, from the Sacred Power deck. So final bit of advice for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising from the Sacred Power deck. If a card will come out without flying down. No, didn't fly down to the side of the table. It flew on the floor instead. Right, I'll pick that up in a minute. It's personal power. It's the Siberian tiger. Let's get you another card from the Oracle of the Unicorn. So the personal power, initially my first thought is it's that whole standing up for yourself, speaking your truth. And where does personal power come from? Part of it comes from being absolutely honest. You can't hold your feelings in. Again, be careful of hurting people's feelings and the impact of it, but you still need to find a way to be honest as well, even if it means you got to be tactful. Because if you're only giving half truths, then you can't really get to the root of the problem, and vice versa with other people as well. If they're only expressing half of the truth or half of what's bothering them or half of how they feel, you still haven't got to the root of it, and somebody's still going to end up probably feeling resentful that they haven't fully got it off their chest and feeling like they're not being heard and understood. So final message from the Oracle of the Unicorns. Oh wow, you've got friendship. It fell on the floor, but you've got friendship. So both of them, for some strange reason, decided to fall on the floor. So, oh dear, sorry. Bear with me. You have, so yeah, personal power first of all from the Sacred Power deck. Friendship. So seek out your soul family, surround yourself with positive people, spend more time socializing. So definitely consider whoever this person or people are that you seem to have the intention to want to resolve things with. if you really consider the relationship, the connection to be valuable in a friendship, and the thing is, friendship goes for, it can be, it's part of a romantic relationship as well, isn't it? Hopefully, if you've got a meaningful romantic relationship, that person is a friend to you as well. Same goes for family members. With the relationships you have with family members, a part of that relationship is that there's a friendship and a sense of respect there as well, if it's valuable to you. But let's look at personal power in the Sacred Power book. So it says, take responsibility for your actions, reclaim your power. So that, for me, that's everybody doing their part, including being honest, respecting each other, etc. Emotions are powerful and can cause us to feel alone, overwhelmed and anxious if we haven't had the opportunity to express our situation or experiences. A symbol of polarity of positive and negative, the Siberian tiger asks us to address our personal power issues. The tiger has chosen to visit you today to encourage you to express your deepest feelings, embracing your darkest personal experience and transform it into positive thoughts and actions. Once we decide if a particular experience is good or bad, we then make a conscious decision about what to do next. Identifying our method of emotional expression. We either speak up, become neutral, or we don't speak at all. Not speaking up, however, can leave us feeling helpless, placing us in a victim mindset. Tigers are predators and understand the need for secrecy, perseverance, and patience before committing to their prey. Standing strong and powerful is essential to their survival. In the same way, experiencing darkness helps us build strength and resilience. Right now, the tiger asks you to relinquish your victimhood and take responsibility for your own thoughts and feelings. Excuse me. Embrace your hardships with love and acceptance. Use them as a source for personal motivation. Take and the part you have played in your current circumstances. By doing so, you will begin to reclaim your personal power. Now is the time to encourage a healthy environment by releasing toxic relationships, friendships in your life. Negative attitudes and emotional vampires are manipulating your soul's freedom. Remove yourself from the game, cut these negative cords and be free. The affirmation says, I am now willing and able to stand in my own power. Each experience enhances my love, strength and self-worth. That message, I could have just read that and that would have been the whole reading, I think. I mean, hopefully you picked out what I picked out and thought, wow, that fits in with pretty much everything I said here. I will say where it says, yep, 100% encourage a healthier environment. The releasing toxic relationships and friendships, think about that very carefully, because I know sometimes that if we have a disagreement with someone, well, maybe I'm just speaking for myself. Sometimes when we have disagreements with people, we can feel like, oh, well, it's toxic. And sometimes it's like the incident was toxic, but the person itself, their self isn't toxic, are they? It's just that you had a disagreement and it's salvageable. So be careful with that, because I think sometimes we can cut people off too quickly nowadays, can't we? Like, people are quick to block people, and it's like, hang on a minute, did you really need to block them, or is it just something that, like, would overcoming that challenge have made your relationship stronger? So that's something to think about. But I will leave your message there, Scorpio. I quite found your reading quite inspiring, to be honest. I don't know if you did. I hope you did. So hopefully it was helpful to you. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. And if you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Other than that, take care.